Hello, my name is Mia. David Frank from Baroque Christian Academy. So today I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna represent about my redesign for the peak flashlight. What are the needs that customer need in the product? So we choose to benchmark the product with direct testing to learn about what needed improvement and comfort with customers on the product. We have performed a few tests in the survey for the purpose of recording data that may needs to be revised on a product. Wait, oh, no, there you go. So on test one, the purpose of a test was to determine how many people love to add the oink sounds to a product. The strength of test is to make the product cuter and attract user, but the weakness of the test is to add a beeping device that change the weight of product, which can make many consumers dislike it. Test two, the purpose of this test was to find out how many people refer to the noise of a pump and a product. The strength of it is to know more about the weaknesses of it and make change. The weakness of this made us have to spend like a lot of money to buy better materials for the pump. Test three. The purpose of the test was to find out how many people want to change the shape of the product. The trend of fixing this part may attract more shoppers to buy, but the weakness of it is but the weakness of fixing this part can cause us to spend more time to redesign the product. So test four, the purpose of this test was to find out how many people want to change the shape of the product. The strength of fixing this part may attract more shoppers to buy, but the weakness of it, fixing this part can cause us to spend more money on it. Test five, the purpose of the test was to determine how many people love to add a brighter and bigger light to the product. The strength of adding this part may help consumers a lot in their life, but the weakness of adding this part may change the weight of a product can cause us to use a larger amount of money to add this part than the origin. Test six, the purpose of the test was to find out how many people want to change the shape of the product. The strength of fixing this part may attract more shopper to buy. The weakness of fixing this part can cause us to spend more time to redesign the product. Test seven, the purpose of the test was to find out how many people want to change the shape of product. The strange of fixing this part may attract more shoppers to buy, but the weakness of it can cause us to spend extra money to buy more materials to add to the product than our original one. Test eight, the purpose of the test was to find out how many people out that we need to fix where to label the pump, make it more comfortable for consumers. The change of fixing this part may help consumer have better grip when they squeeze the pump. The weakness of fixing this part can cause us to spend more time to redesign the product. Test 9. The purpose of this test was to help us find out how many people need to add some type of materials to make it more comfortable when they squeeze the pump. The strength of adding this part may help consumers feel more comfortable when they squeeze the pump. The weakness of adding this part can cause us to spend a little more money for to buy materials. Test 10. The purpose of test was to help us find out what people need us to add to the product. The strength of adding this part can attract young customers, but the weakness of adding this part maybe it's not necessary for older people. Test 11. The purpose of this test was to help us find out how many people need us to add a strap on the bottom of the product. Just right now, adding this part helps consumer find it difficult to drop when using the carry. The weakness of this causes us to spend a little more money buying the straps for it. Test 12. The purpose of the test was to help us find out how many people need us to add more color options to the product. The strength of this help our product attract more consumers, but this part seems to have no weaknesses. So if put into manufacture, we recommend to use the Model 3. So it's the one on the top because it's changed the closet to the closest to customers requirement that than the other two. With the outside shape of the platypus, this new product idea is slimmer and has longer snouts than the old product. Besides that, on the other side of the palm, there is a piece of foam that make user feels comfortable when using it. At the bottom of Model 3, having a string that can be threads into your hand when using it can reduce the risk of dropping the product when using it. So inside Model 3, the pump connected to a separate piece of plastic. The plastic spun the gear while we squeeze the pump. The gear spun another gear to make a spinning speed faster. It connects to the dynamo to increase the number of revolutions of the dynamo, to increase the amount of electricity generated. In between the lamp and the dynamo, there's the one connecting them together. This lamp has a larger capacity. The light is greater, and there's even more battery storage behind the lamp, bigger and stronger than the old product. The only bad point I see in my design idea is that I have to use more force to squeeze the pump because there are two gears in the product to make the dynamo create more electricity to produce more more lights than the old product. So this closer, no, oh, this is closer for the final product. It's the Model 3. So what I see, so for what I see, my final proposed design, it's uh it's have a lot of it require I gather like most of the information from consumers from survey, and I add to the this redesign, and improve upon the it can improve the old product by it's have like less cost and a lot of improvement than the other one, than the old pick flashlight. Oh. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Have a nice day. Bye. Oh, I have to stop. There you go.